It surprised optometrists everywhere. Researchers from Oxford University used high-powered retina imaging to zoom into the eyes of over 12,000 patients with declining vision. What they found shocked the scientific community. Doctors discovered the quality of someone's vision was directly linked to how clogged the blood vessels in their eyes were. Meaning, if your vision has gotten worse, it's because the blood flow to your eyes has gotten worse too. Everybody knows poor circulation slowly harms our hands, feet, and even organs. With this discovery, we now know it harms our eyes too, which makes sense because if the cells in your eye don't get enough oxygen and nutrients, they suffocate. Even scarier was the fact that if someone's eyes were clogged, the arteries in the rest of their body were clogged too. So much so, doctors could predict how close someone was to experiencing a fatal heart attack or stroke based on how bad their vision was. Believe it or not, this is good news, because these same doctors also discovered how to quickly and easily reverse this problem. A simple red root hack you can safely do at home today, opening the microscopic capillaries of other small vessels of your eyes, flushing out the toxic buildup that makes eyesight worse, rebuilding the delicate cells of the inner eye, quickly restoring perfect 20/20 vision, while also slashing your risk for heart attacks, clogged arteries, and strokes. This odd red root hack starts working immediately, and it's so easy to do, you'll be furious the abusive eye care industry has hidden it from you for so long. Yet once you see the double-blind studies and Nobel Prize-winning research from Harvard, Cambridge University, and hundreds of other leading institutions, you'll realize for yourself that no matter the lies these greedy eye care executives have forced us all to believe, vision problems are in fact 100% reversible. And the reason vision goes downhill has nothing to do with diet, age, genetics, or how much time you spend watching TV or looking at your phone. Instead, it all comes down to whether the small, microscopic blood vessels in your eyes are wide open and look like this, or twisted, clogged, and backed up like this. And the key to stunning, razor-sharp vision is simply using this red root hack to remove these twisted blockages and flood your eyes with the nutrient-rich blood they need to rebuild and work like new again. Yet don't expect to hear this on the evening news. The mainstream media works hand in hand to protect these greedy pharmaceutical companies and their $147 billion optometry fortune, suppressing the truth and canceling anyone who dares expose it. Even though the vision-enhancing trick you're about to see has passed multiple clinical trials and been proven in over 62,000 Americans who now see better than ever.
I tell you, I used to be blind as a bat, just doing this a few minutes each day. I'm now 20/20. Just do it. You'll be glad you did.
Everything is in high definition now. Before this, I had to squint to pretty much see anything. Now, reading my Bible in the morning, watching the evening news, making out someone's facial features, doesn't matter. I've got laser vision.
I had a big fat floater right in the center of my vision for 3 years. I thought it would be there for the rest of my life. Now it's gone.
This trick came at just the right time. They were about to take my driver's license because I couldn't see at night anymore. Now I can see perfectly.
And those are just a few of the thousands who've thrown away their contacts and glasses for good. So please, watch this video to the very end. Even though the scientific proof is undeniable, the eye care industry is furious with me for exposing this hidden breakthrough. They're fighting tooth and nail to get this page shut down. And I have no idea how long I can keep this video up. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Jim Cooper. I'm 74 years old and live just outside of Cincinnati, Ohio, with my beautiful wife, Laurel. We've got a son, Steve, 3 grandkids, Becca, Sarah, and Sam, and a golden retriever named Max. And even though I'm not an optometrist, ophthalmologist, or eye expert, in the next 3 minutes and 48 seconds, I'll give you something none of them have ever been able to offer. Picture-perfect 20/20 vision. No matter your age, no matter how bad your eyes are right now, or how long you've had trouble seeing. And even if you've worn glasses since you were a kid. See, these days I'm retired, and frankly, I love every minute. But before that, I spent my career as a cardiac specialist. Every day for 40 years, I help people keep their hearts, arteries, veins, and bodies in tip-top shape. It might sound strange, but that experience, learning all there is to know about blood flow in the heart, is what helped me uncover the simple but effective vision-enhancing trick I'm about to share. This simple trick has already improved the vision of over 62,436 men and women from all walks of life and from ages 45 to 95. It takes all of 7 seconds before bed each night. It's also easy to do. all natural, 100% painless, and there are no side effects whatsoever. Most importantly, with this secret, which I promise is unlike anything you've ever seen or heard of before because it was censored and hidden from the public 37 years ago, it takes just weeks to fight even the worst cases of failing eyesight and restore vision so sharp it'll leave you in awe of how brilliant, sharp, and clear the world suddenly looks. In other words, if you need to improve your sight, and you need to do it fast, and you want to do it without contacts or glasses, without surgery, drops, or injections, without going to the eye doctor, and without forking over another dollar to the abusive eye care industry, this is the silver bullet you've been looking for. Listen, I had both macular degeneration and cataracts. When my vision started to go, I tried everything, but none of it worked. And eventually my eyes got so bad I could barely get around my own house. This simple trick saved me. With it, I fixed my eyesight, and I'm proud to say I now have perfect 20/20 vision in my 70s. Pretty amazing, right? Well, after watching this quick video, you will too. It started about 6 years ago when my eyes first began to fail. Early on, it was little things. I wouldn't be able to read a text message without squinting, or I'd sit down with a book and have to move it back and forth over and over to get it to focus. You know, small stuff that's easy to shrug off. So I did what most people do, grabbed a quick pair of cheap reading glasses at CVS and went on with life. For a while, that did the trick. Sure, it was frustrating. I hated asking my wife to help me set the thermostat or read the fine print on my medications. And I'd curse out loud whenever I'd misread a street sign and make a wrong turn. To be honest though, I learned to live with it. But then about a year ago, things got real bad, real fast. First, I woke up one morning and noticed the strangest thing. Everything, and I mean everything, was gray and out of focus. And stuff that was straight, like a pencil or the edge of a table, appeared either wavy or crooked. Even with glasses, my entire world was blurry and blanketed in fog. Then, about a week later, a few little gray specks popped up right in the center of my vision for the first time. And what happened after that nearly cost me my life. It was the day of our 50th wedding anniversary. My wife Laurel had said she didn't want to do anything big for the anniversary, and that just being with me was all she could ask for. But I still wanted to do something special for her. Something that would knock her socks off and show her I still loved her like crazy. So I poured through old shoeboxes, drawers, our attic, and gathered every love note we'd written to one another since we first met. Then I carefully collected them into a beautiful, glossy album. 50 years of memories all bound together into a single story of our life. I couldn't wait to see her face, and even knew the exact moment I would give it to her. We have a beautiful hiking trail behind our house. It overlooks some forest and a small lake. It's one of our favorite things to do together. For our anniversary, we plan to hike up and have a picnic near the lake. That's when I'd give her the book. I was excited, but I'll admit nervous too. It felt like I was proposing all over again, and I wanted everything to be perfect. It was a big problem though. When I woke up that morning, those little gray specks in the center of my vision had morphed into a big, fat, black blob that completely blocked the center of my vision. If that wasn't enough, what I could see around the edges was dull and cloudy. Now I have a confession. I hadn't told Laurel any of this. Sure, she'd been helping me read more lately, so she knew my sight wasn't so sharp anymore, but she had no idea how bad it was or that it was getting worse. She certainly didn't know about those black spots. The last thing I wanted was to worry her on our anniversary. So we set off on the trail, and I did my best to feel my way to the top without her noticing. By the time we reached the lake, I was exhausted, not from the hike, but from pretending everything was fine. Laurel was on cloud 9. She looked out over the lake, talking about how beautiful everything was, the sparkling water, the blue sky, the green forest. I nodded and agreed, but the truth was, I could barely make out the dirt at my feet. Then came the big moment. I pulled a book out of my backpack and got down on one knee in front of Laurel. Holding back tears, I handed it to her and told her that she was the best thing that ever happened to me. She took the book, flipped it open, and gasped when she realized what it was. She then threw her arms around me and planted a giant kiss right on my lips. We stayed like that, hugging next to the lake for a long, silent moment. It was amazing, everything I'd hoped for. But Laurel then asked me to read the first note in the book, the note I wrote the morning of our wedding, and my heart sank. Taking a deep breath, I willed my eyes to work and slowly opened the book. but all I saw was that big black blob parked right in the center of the words. I leaned in close, squinted, and turned my head at all sorts of odd angles, but it was useless. I couldn't see a word. At that point, Laurel asked what was going on. Collapsing into the grass, I hung my head in my hands and told her everything, including how I'd kept it a secret because I didn't want to ruin our anniversary. When I finished, she gently put her hands on mine and said it was okay, but I could hear it in her voice. The future was flashing before her, and she hated what she saw. Instead of a golden retirement, she'd be trapped at home with me. We'd never see the Colosseum in Rome, the lava flow on the big island of Hawaii, or any of the other bucket list items we'd always dreamed about. We'd never get to take our grandkids on that cross-country road trip. We wouldn't even be taking hikes like this much longer. Instead, all her hopes and dreams would be sacrificed so she could take care of me. We had 50 amazing years behind us, but in that moment, Laurel was confronting the same harsh reality I was. My damn eyes weren't just about to steal my future, they were about to steal hers too. Laying in bed that night, I couldn't help but think I might lose my sight entirely. It scared the daylights out of me. I prayed and prayed and prayed, but for the first time, I was truly, deeply scared about losing my vision. I'd be helpless and spend the last decades of my life lost, bored, and alone, a scared and confused old man, stumbling and groping in darkness, unable to do anything or see anyone. The clock was ticking, and I was running out of time. So right then and there, I swore I'd do anything to fix my eyes, not just for me, but for Laurel, for our future, and for our family. The next morning, I made an appointment with a local optometrist. The appointment was quick. He examined my eyes and said I had cataracts and AMD, age-related macular degeneration. When he finished, I asked him about treatments to fix the problem. He let out a small chuckle, the way he'd laugh at a toddler who says something ridiculous, and told me this is one of those things old people have to learn to accept. I wanted to slug the guy. What was he, all of 35 years old? With no idea how tough growing old can be? He then told me we could slow it down with regular Isla injections. Now, if you've never heard of that, consider yourself lucky. Once a month, you go to the eye doctor, he lays you down, and then jabs a huge dripping needle directly into your eyeballs. It's as awful as it sounds. But I was desperate, so I agreed. But I didn't stop there. I also ate mounds of carrots and spinach and bought every vision support vitamin on the shelf at Walmart. The worst part? None of it helped. Not one bit. In fact, my vision got worse. And one by one, all the things I loved were taken from me. My grandson and I stopped playing catch. My granddaughters stopped showing me their artwork from school. My son and I stopped fishing together. I couldn't even play fetch with our dog Max or watch Netflix with Laurel. The final straw came when my driver's license expired and the DMV said it was too dangerous to allow someone like me to drive. I'm ashamed to say it. But over the next few weeks, I morphed into the sour old man I swore I'd never become. I was angry at my eyes, at myself, at the eye doctors who fleeced me for thousands of dollars with no results whatsoever. It's hard to admit, but I'd sit in my chair for hours, stewing, feeling sorry for myself, and thinking I should just do everyone a favor and wander into traffic to end it all. Then, just as I was about to roll over in defeat, the good Lord answered my prayers and, quite literally, brought me back to the light. One afternoon, Laurel came downstairs and told me she was heading out to run some errands. I simply grunted and went back to blankly staring out the window. But I guess she didn't want me to sit by myself in complete silence, because as she was walking out, she told Alexa to play my favorite podcast.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 347 of American Modern Medicine.
I know it's not as exciting as those murder mystery podcasts, but what can I say? I spent my life working in the medical field, and even though I'm retired, I still enjoy keeping up on the latest breakthroughs. This episode, however, was a snooze fest. I was about to tell Alexa to turn it off when the host began reading a letter from Harvard Medical School commemorating the death of a man named Dr. Sidney Bush. I'd never heard of Dr. Bush before, but according to the letter, Bush was a renowned optometrist and one of the world's leading researchers on age-related vision loss. But above all, a single sentence jumped out at me.
His scientific discovery should have been awarded the Nobel Prize.
Beyond that, however, there was nothing about this incredible discovery. Needless to say, my mind reeled. A world-renowned optometrist with a scientific discovery so powerful that it deserves the Nobel Prize? I had a million questions. What was this discovery? Why wasn't Bush given the Nobel Prize? And most importantly, could this lost discovery save my vision? And while I didn't realize it in that moment, those questions would turn me into enemy number one for the eye care industry and lead me to a censored breakthrough that targets the single root cause of failing vision and help anyone reclaim perfect 20/20 vision with no pain, discomfort, or risk whatsoever. See, while the letter said nothing about Dr. Bush's discovery, it did mention his former research assistant, a man named Nicholas Matthews. It took me weeks, but eventually I found Matthews' phone number. And after more than a dozen tries, a woman answered and introduced herself as Mr. Matthews' secretary. At first, she firmly said Matthews wasn't taking new appointments. Yet right as she was hanging up, I butted in and told her about my eyes, how my life was collapsing around me, how worried I was about Laurel, and finally, that I knew about Matthews' work with Dr. Bush. There was a long pause. I thought she hung up. Then she said, "All right, Mr. Cooper, you've been booked for a 2 p.m. Zoom call with Nicholas tomorrow. Enjoy your day." The next day, at 2 p.m. on the dot, a friendly man greeted me on Zoom and introduced himself as Nicholas Matthews. And that's when I finally learned the truth about vision loss and how the crooks sitting at the top of the evil eye care industry made sure it never saw the light of day. As we talked, I'd learned that for years, Dr. Sidney Bush had been on the bleeding edge of vision restoration science. In the 1980s, for example, he helped design soft contact lenses, which are now the industry standard. If you're old enough to remember wearing hard lenses, you know how big a breakthrough this was. Bush was the industry's brightest star, the Michael Jordan of his field. But then, in 1988, he made a controversial discovery, something so significant it threatened to take billions of dollars away from the businesses that profit from our poor vision. And ultimately, it cost Bush everything: his career, his reputation, and his shot at the Nobel Prize.
You see, Jim, thanks to a handful of technological breakthroughs in the 80s, Dr. Bush was one of the first optometrists in the world to photograph the back of the eye. It was incredible, and I was lucky enough to witness it firsthand. Prior to this, no eye doctor had ever actually seen the back of the eye. So Dr. Bush was in uncharted territory, and no one could have guessed what he was about to discover.
Now, as you may know, the back of the eye contains the retina, the optic nerve, and several other structures that make our eyes work. And that's where this story takes an unexpected turn.
Every other researcher at the time was focused on the retina and the optic nerve. But Dr. Bush looked at something no one else had thought to explore: the blood vessels in our eyes. After examining thousands of patients, he made an incredible observation. 100% of patients who had declining vision, yes, Jim, 100% of them, all had the same defect in their eyes. Their retinal blood vessels were clogged and collapsing in on themselves.
It was a discovery that sent shockwaves through the eye care industry. And as you'll soon see, it also put Dr. Bush directly in the crosshairs of some very powerful people.
Here, let me show you exactly what Dr. Bush discovered. This is the retina of a man with severe vision loss. See how the blood vessels are twisted, swollen and tangled, almost like varicose veins. Crazy, right? Let's zoom in further. It's even more obvious. This is an eye with perfect vision. The vein is wide and perfectly straight, like a giant superhighway. Now, let's look at a failing eye. What do you see? The veins are narrow, crooked, and kinked. This is called ocular clog, and what Dr. Bush learned was it causes 100% of all vision problems. It didn't matter if it was wet AMD, dry AMD, cataracts, myopia, retinal detachment, and even glaucoma and problems brought on by diabetes. Dr. Bush's records prove that literally 100% of the patients he examined had ocular clog.
Now, as you might remember, I spent my career as a cardiac specialist studying blood flow in the heart. So as I heard all this, it made total sense. Blood carries oxygen and other important nutrients to every cell, tissue, and organ in your body. Without a healthy supply of blood, those cells, tissues, and organs begin to fail. Well, your eyes are no different. If your eyes are filled with big, plump blood vessels, your vision stays laser sharp. But once you get ocular clog and your eyes don't get enough blood, they fail too. It's like watering your garden with a kinked hose. The plants don't get enough water, so they wilt and die. The truth hit me like a 10-ton wrecking ball. I realized that's why the carousel of injections, drops, surgeries, stronger lenses, or whatever else the eye doctor had pushed on me didn't help, and why I could eat an Everest-sized mountain of carrots and spinach every day for life and never see any better. They don't flush out ocular clog. This also explains something I saw countless times during my career. 99% of the people who came into my office with type 2 diabetes or heart issues had vision problems too. All the puzzle pieces were coming together. Still, as a medical professional, I wanted to see more proof. But I also knew Matthews was busy and that our appointment only had a few minutes left. So as quickly as I could, I asked if there were any other studies confirming Bush's breakthrough.
Yes, Jim, there are. Like this one from Dr. Matt Grieshaber, who many consider the leading eye doctor in Switzerland. He found that poor blood flow was the #1 cause of cataracts. Then there's this study from one of the leading researchers in Colorado. They found clogged blood vessels cause glaucoma. And this one, which proved clogged blood vessels cause myopia and nearsightedness. And this study, which proved the blood vessels in your eyes cause both wet and dry macular degeneration. Then you have the paper from Dr. Sonia Mehta of Thomas Jefferson University that says ocular clog can cause sudden loss of vision, and another from the Cleveland Clinic that says blockage of the retinal vein causes floaters, blurry vision, vision loss, and even glaucoma.
As I listened, there was no doubt about it. Dr. Sidney Bush had discovered the true cause of vision loss, the first domino that causes all other problems. Yet, I bet my bottom dollar you've never heard this before. Certainly never from your eye doctor, right? Why is that? Well, that's where the story takes a twist that'll make your stomach turn. See, once Dr. Bush discovered ocular clog was the key, he was able to quickly develop a simple, affordable, and natural formula that flushes out ocular clog and restores perfect vision. And that's exactly why he was silenced and why his vision-restoring breakthrough never saw the light of day.
It still breaks my heart, Jin. Once Dr. Bush perfected his research, he published a letter in the British Medical Journal detailing his breakthrough. In fact, in his own studies and those verified by independent third parties, this completely natural solution improved fading eyesight by more than 90%. Across the eye care industry, it was as if a nuclear bomb had gone off. A simple, easy way to get perfect vision, without glasses or contacts, without surgery, and without drugs, drops, or injections.
In a simple 461-word paper, Dr. Bush took a sledgehammer to the eye care empire's entire business model. With his discovery, no more glasses, no more contacts, no more drops, injections, or surgeries, no more visits to the eye doctor. And that meant everyone, from the manufacturers of expensive eyeglasses and the big pharma companies profiting off injections and surgeries, all the way to lens crafters and the other big optometry conglomerates, would see their profits go up in smoke. So they turned on Bush.
His credentials were immediately revoked by the National Council. He was banned from continuing his research, and the mainstream media, led by the BBC, then published a series of hit pieces to discredit his discovery and drive him underground. I watched, helpless, as my mentor was forced to retire in disgrace and his world-changing discovery was swept under the rug.
Ever since, you, me, and everyone else with declining vision has been fed the same lie, that the only solution is to shell out our mountains of cash for endless visits to the eye doctor, new glasses and contacts, and expensive injections and surgeries. It was all to protect the eye care industry's $147 billion bottom line, and it came at our expense. That's why. If you'd like to get your vision back quickly, painlessly, from the comfort of your home and without glasses or contacts, you need to pay attention to this next part, because after telling me all this, Matthews also shared with me the complete, censored, all-natural solution that Dr. Bush canceled. A simple formula that flushes out ocular clog, improves blood flow to the eyes, and then floods your eyes in the vision-restoring nutrients they've been starved of for so long. It's backed by peer-reviewed clinical trials from Harvard, Oxford, Cambridge, and more. It's painless and easy to do. And all it takes is a handful of natural but powerful compounds that, when used daily, had been proven to quickly and dramatically improve eyesight. The first of these powerful vision-restoring compounds is a powerful antioxidant called quercetin, which is found in the roots of the red root known as Bateriga. Nomadic tribes have used a tea made from this powerful compound as a potent vision-enhancing remedy for thousands of years. And according to Matthews, in recent years, it's been proven to dissolve and wash away ocular clog, allowing blood and nutrients to rush back to the dying cells in your eyes, and transforming your vision from dull and blurry to crystal clear high definition in a flash. Amazing, right? Well, guess what?
In fact, a landmark 2020 study proved what I've known for decades. Quercetin is a silver bullet against vision loss. There is no eye problem it can't fix. And this study proved it works against everything from age-related macular degeneration and cataracts to glaucoma and diabetic retinopathy.
Matthews then told me quercetin doesn't just unclog the blood vessels in our eyes, it also restores optimal functioning in the eyes, guards against oxidative stress in the retina, and repairs damaged cells in all parts of our eyes. And that's just the first natural compound inside the powerful formula Matthews showed me. The next compound in this extraordinary formula is a highly concentrated antioxidant that's been proven time and time again to fight against the worst cases of vision loss. A major 2016 clinical trial was the first study to prove the incredible vision-restoring power of the special antioxidant, dramatically improving vision in hundreds of men and women with macular degeneration. Every one of these men and women was over the age of 60 and had been told there was no hope for restoring their vision. Yet within weeks, this potent compound helped improve their vision and gave them eyes like a hawk. A dream team of eye researchers at the Pennsylvania School of Medicine's Eye Institute then backed up this breakthrough discovery. Their clinical trial found this compound improves by a staggering 44%. It's a special form of the antioxidant alpha-lipoic acid. And if you think those results are impressive, check this out.
The amazing thing about that study, Jim, is that scientists discovered that the reason this special form of ALA improves vision better than anything else is because it opens up and expands our blood vessels, flushes them of any inflammation and other toxic buildup, and then restores high levels of nutrient-rich blood flow.
A whopping 1,106 men and women with poor vision participated in this trial, and every last one of them experienced these life-changing results. This combination of quercetin and ALA is so powerful.
Today, endless studies prove this special form of ALA has the power to clear out ocular clog and restore perfect 20/20 eyesight so quickly and so effectively. Most people who take it wind up forgetting they ever had vision problems to begin with.
It could soon have you tossing your readers in the trash, never again straining to read or see at night, and once again seeing with such clarity that the world around you looks sharper than an IMAX movie. But that's just the beginning when it comes to how much stronger and healthier your eyes get within just weeks of using this proven formula. And that's all because of the next two superstar ingredients Matthews told me about, zeaxanthin and lutein. Now, you might already know about these two powerhouse compounds that are among the most effective vision-restoring nutrients on Earth. The two shining stars of the renowned AREDS project that studied vision loss in America. That study proved these two compounds can actually rebuild damaged cells in the eyes while also quickly and dramatically improving visual sharpness. And just as exciting, that once you start taking them, they act like a protective shield against future damage and vision loss. But what really got me excited, something that Dr. Bush and his loyal colleagues built right into the formula, is that when these two all-star compounds are combined with ALA and quercetin, all their amazing benefits are amplified and supercharged. That's because once ALA and quercetin clear away ocular clog and open the blood vessels in your eyes once again, zeaxanthin and lutein have a wide open highway to deliver their eye rejuvenating nutrients directly to the critical cells of your retina, where they immediately repair the damage and inflammation that occurred due to loss of blood flow. This is also why the formula also contains the next 3 ingredients that Matthews told me about.
This one's a real powerhouse. A potent carotenoid called lycopene, which has been shown to reverse vision loss in 9 out of 10 seniors. Then we added a herb called eye bright, which cools and soothes inflamed blood vessels in the eyes. And finally, we finished the formula off with bilberry fruit, which studies prove protects aging eyes from macular degeneration, glaucoma, and cataracts, and increases vision by 30%.
Matthews told me about adding these final 3 compounds to the formula was a quantum leap ahead in the science of vision restoration. They were ready to declare victory in their fight against vision loss. Then Matthews, who, at the time, was just a young, fresh out of school research assistant working on his very first project, found something that, in his words, made it perfect.
It was complete chance. I went to visit my grandmother, who lived in Florida. I noticed 2 things. 1, she ate an orange with every meal. 2, at age 91, she still had laser vision. Better than a fighter pilot. I got curious, so I looked into it. Turns out, oranges contain a compound named rutin, which is yet another antioxidant proven to clear ocular clog and improve blood flow to the eyes. And it's especially important because it supports the physical structure of our ocular blood vessels like scaffolding that keeps these structures strong and stable.
Matthews explained adding rutin to the formula was a critical final step that ensures that once someone's eyes get better, they stay that way, maintaining perfect vision for life, just like his grandmother. At this point, my heart was pounding out of my chest. I wanted this formula, and I wanted it immediately. It took Dr. Bush a lifetime to crack this code, a buried secret more powerful than anything else on Earth. The result of decades of research, trials on more than 120 potential compounds, millions of dollars, and Dr. Bush's willingness to stand up to the eye care industry and the crooks who run it. It was no wonder people who knew the truth believed the man should have been given the Nobel Prize. That's when our conversation took a surprising turn.
Tim, I don't know if you believe in destiny or fate, but your timing couldn't be better. I'm growing old too. I'm the last person on Earth who knows about this formula. I can't let it disappear. So I recently had a small stockpile made. Would you like me to send you some? I need to protect Dr. Bush's legacy, and giving you perfect vision helps do it.
Well, I don't think I've ever said yes faster in my life. A few weeks later, I heard a big truck pull up and drop a small package at my door. My wait was over. I was so excited. Yet, to be honest, I was still a little skeptical. I'd seen the scientific evidence showing this formula cleared ocular clog and helped to battle nearly every vision problem there is. I'd seen Dr. Bush's success stories. Hundreds of people who went from barely being able to see to having hawk-like eyesight. And I'd used my own medical expertise to double and triple check every fact, figure, and study. But I'd been left frustrated and disappointed so many times, I couldn't help but feel unsure. But I thought about my future with Laurel, traveling, taking long walks together, and enjoying our golden years, instead of becoming a burden she'd be forced to take care of and eventually grow to resent. I thought about my kids and grandkids, watching the Super Bowl each year with my son and grandson, going on movie dates with my granddaughters, seeing everyone rip through their presents on Christmas morning. Then I thought about the ticking time bomb in my eyes, the ocular clog worsening with each passing day, threatening to steal it all away from me. And I made a decision. If I was serious about my future, I'd set my doubts aside and give Dr. Bush's formula a shot. The next morning, I swallowed one of the capsules and hoped for the best. For the next 2 days, I found myself anxiously doing little tests to check my vision, hoping for some kind of breakthrough. But honestly, nothing changed. Then another day passed. Nothing. I'll admit, I started to think maybe I'd followed another dead end. I tried to be patient, though. My vision hadn't failed overnight, and it only made sense that repairing it might take time. So I promised myself I'd stick with it. Boy, am I glad I did. About a week in, something surprising happened. It was subtle at first. The big black blob parked in the center of my vision, well, it was still there, but it was smaller, and it wasn't as black. I was thrilled, but still a bit unsure. Maybe it was a fluke, I thought. The next day, though, It was undeniable. When the newspaper arrived in the morning, I could actually make out many of the words. And without putting my readers on or using my big magnifying glass. Sure, I was still squinting like crazy, but talk about major improvements. Things picked up after that. Day by day, the world got clearer. By the end of the second week, wow, instead of one big dark spot, there were only a couple tiny specks of gray. And I could, at last, make out what was in the middle of my field of vision. All the clouds and blurred lines were clearing up too. When Laurel and I watched Netflix, I could see the faces of the people on the screen. And when I went outside during the day, the dull, drab colors I'd grown used to were gone. The world was once again covered in shining, stunning color. If that was the end of it, I would have been over the moon. But turns out, that was just the beginning. Before I knew it, I could see at night again. And after about 2 months, the last of those little gray specks disappeared. After 3 or so months, I could read even the smallest print again and even ace the smallest line on the vision chart. You should have seen the look on my eye doctor's face. I was enjoying my morning crosswords, reading the paper cover to cover, tearing through a stack of books I thought I'd never get to enjoy. In fact, one afternoon, I decided to give myself a challenge. So I went into my study and took my father's Bible off the shelf. It's my most prized possession. He carried it with him fighting through France in World War II and gave it to me when I joined the Army before college. Throughout my life, I read that Bible to get through tough times. But you should see the print. It's practically microscopic. I hadn't been able to read it in years. That's why I'll never forget that afternoon, pulling the Bible off the shelf. I sat down in my old chair, flipped it open. You guessed it. Every word jumped off the page in crystal clear high definition. What an amazing feeling. For the first time in years, I was myself again. It's now been 9 months, and I'm happy to say I've now got perfect 20/20 eyesight. Colors are brilliant, and there are no more spots, floaters, clouds, or crooked lines. Near, far, during the day, at night, it doesn't matter. I've got eyes like a hawk. Every detail is sharp, focused, and clear. I didn't have to squint, strain, or ask others for help. I even got my driver's license back, and I'm saving tons of money on glasses and eye exams. But most important, I am free. Instead of dreading the future, I look forward to what's to come. The birthdays, anniversaries, graduations, school performances, the vacations, holidays, family reunions, and get-togethers with friends. Even just watching a good movie on the couch with Laurel. Everything I thought I'd miss out on is now mine again. It's an incredible feeling. And now it's one you can have too. See, 2 or 3 months back, the story of my vision transformation became the buzz around our church. Before I knew it, dozens of my fellow churchgoers were asking for my secret. I spent my career helping people live healthier lives, and now that I discovered something so transformative, I felt a responsibility to share it. So I called Matthews, told him I'd found the perfect way to carry on Dr. Bush's legacy, and asked if he'd share the rest of his stockpile of the formula with my church. He agreed on the spot. Now, these were people of every shape and size. There were men, there were women. They ranged from just 46 years old all the way to the oldest member of our church, a 94-year-old lady named Lynn. They had every vision problem under the sun, from macular degeneration and cataracts to glaucoma, myopia, diabetic retinopathy, and even just plain old near or farsightedness. Many had tried injections, drops, and even lens replacement surgeries without success. In other words, this was a diverse group, and they were desperate for help. And that made me a little nervous. Would this really work for all of them? Fortunately, our little test was a roaring success. Within a week, folks were stopping me at church to tell me they could already see better. By the second week, the changes got even better. People were telling me their dark spots had begun to fade. Colors were coming back. They weren't squinting as much and could read more easily. Week after week after week, excited people pulled me aside at church and told me I'd worked a miracle in their lives. Some days it was like a little parade of people waiting to shake my hand and tell me their story. It was so many, I couldn't keep track. One woman in her late 60s handed me a scarf with a giant smile. Said she was sewing again, something she hadn't done in over 10 years. Another man in his early 80s chuckled and said he felt so confident, he challenged his son-in-law to a vision contest, picking out street signs to see who could read them better. And in his words, His son-in-law never even stood a chance. Another man told me he'd spent the weekend reading bedtime stories to his grandchildren for the first time. After a few months, the story of our church went viral. First, the local news team came out and did a story on us. That story got picked up by some larger news channels. Next thing, people from miles and miles away were talking about the tiny church in Ohio where, to quote one of the original stories, God had made the blind see again. That's when the calls, emails, and letters came flooding in with folks asking for our secret. I knew this was God's plan for me, but there was a small problem. You have to use the purest pharmaceutical-grade form of each ingredient in the precise ratios that have been proven effective in the studies. That was easy when Matthews and I were only dealing with a few dozen people at my church. But when tens of thousands of people from coast to coast begging for this formula, we needed to find a partner who could help us bring it public without sacrificing quality. It took more than 4 months of searching, but we finally came across a state-of-the-art manufacturer of high-grade custom formulas, and they agreed to produce this groundbreaking formula. It was hard work, and it cost me a pretty penny. We spent many nights and weekends making sure it was perfect. Matthews even flew out to the manufacturer to roll up his sleeves and help everything come together perfectly. But we knew how powerful this formula was, that it could help countless people get their lives back and stop living in fear of losing their sight. And that's why I couldn't be prouder to be the first to present to you RetinaClear, the world's first and only 100% natural solution, scientifically proven to target the root cause of failing eyesight, clogged and collapsing blood vessels in the eye. Each capsule contains a patent-pending, proprietary formula containing 7 rare, high-quality exotic nutrients proven to work on the biological level to quickly flush out clogged blood vessels and rebuild the delicate structures of the inner eye, helping you see with perfect 20/20 clarity, no matter your age, how bad your eyes are, or how long you've had vision issues. And whether you've been told you've got cataracts, macular degeneration, nearsightedness, farsightedness, myopia, glaucoma, retinal detachment, or diabetic retinopathy, there's no vitamin, diet, treatment, or even surgery that can do what RetinaClear can, because only RetinaClear flushes out and helps to improve damaged blood vessels and gives your eyes what they need to grow strong again. It took the almost divine coordination of a groundbreaking scientific study, breakthrough manufacturing technologies, and the dedicated research of Dr. Sidney Bush, the man many say was the brightest optometrist to ever live, which is why there's never been anything like RetinaClear before, and why it's no surprise that thousands upon thousands of men and women all report the same thing: seeing with stunning color and razor-sharp detail, perfect vision, near, far, during the day, at night, with no floaters, blurriness, or fog whatsoever, and all in a matter of weeks. Today, it's your turn. It's your turn to stop worrying if you lose your sight and your independence, to get back to reading, hiking, golfing, traveling, and all the other activities and hobbies you gave up because your eyes let you down, and to throw your glasses and contacts in the trash and never again set foot in your optometrist's office again. And just in case you follow a specific diet or have food allergies, you'll be happy to know that RetinaClear is 100% all-natural, vegetarian, non-GMO, and gluten-free. And it contains no added fillers, preservatives, artificial colors, or stimulants. It's proven to be 100% safe and has 0 side effects. RetinaClear is formulated using only the purest pharmaceutical-grade ingredients sourced from the highest quality sources available. It's processed in a sterile, state-of-the-art, FDA-approved facility, which is GMP certified, which stands for Good Manufacturing Practices. This certification means we follow the strictest safety protocols to ensure the quality and effectiveness of every batch of RetinaClear. And each small, carefully formulated batch is tested for purity, potency, and consistency by independent third-party inspectors. And in a minute, you're about to get exclusive access to this breakthrough vision formula. First, I want to ask you something. How much time, money, and effort have you wasted over the years on glasses, contacts, eye injections, and diets that never address the true root cause of your poor vision that gets worse every day? It makes me sick just thinking about the mountain of money I threw away on eye exams, eyelid injections, glasses, and everything else. Maybe you can relate, so let me ask you this. How much would it be worth to you to finally find a real solution, something that truly works? Seriously, how much would it be worth to you to never have to ask someone to help you read fine print again? To get to babysit your grandkids? To stop straining when you read a book or watch a movie? And to stop worrying if things will get so bad that you'll spend the rest of your life in the dark, lost and confused, unable to even leave the house without someone helping you every step of the way? Just take a moment and let that set in. Think about how incredible having perfect sight would make you feel. Try to be honest about how much that would be worth to you. Can you put a price on that? I know most people would agree they'd pay almost any price they could reasonably afford for something like Retina Clear. You'll be happy to know you're not going to pay anywhere near what you might be thinking, because I'm not here to make money. I know what it's like to see the world slowly get foggier and cloudier, to feel like you've become an inconvenience to your family, to lie awake facing the harsh fact that you might never get to look into your husband or wife's eyes again, or see your kids smile, or find out what your grandkids look like when they're older, and to feel like there's nothing you can do about it. I don't want you or a loved one to needlessly suffer the way I did. Our goal is to help as many people as possible experience the same life-changing transformation I did. Retina Clear has already changed the lives of over 62,000 men and women. Our target is 1 million, and you're set to be the next success story. It's not often that something so revolutionary comes along. Rarer is something that works even better than promised. Yet this is exactly what you can expect. I truly believe God put me on earth to share this discovery with as many people as possible. So there's no way I will let price stand in your way. Which is why I laughed when the experts recommended we charge $699. Even though all my church friends agreed they would have paid double that for the results they got. Plus the thousands of dollars saved on eye exams, new glasses and contacts, eye injections, and even risky surgeries that often backfire. So even though I'll be forced to charge a minimum of $197 for a bottle of Retina Clear in the upcoming days just to cover my rising costs, you won't pay that today, or even half that. Like I said, I can't stand the thought of price being in the way. Right now, today only, you can get a 30-day supply of Retina Clear for the massively discounted one-time fee of just $69. Yes, just an incredibly low $69. So act fast before stock runs out and the price jumps back to $197 per bottle. Yet, before you order, I want to sweeten the deal and show you how you can save even more when you say yes to Retina Clear today. The science is clear. The longer you use Retina Clear, the stronger your eyes get. You see, research shows it's best to take Retina Clear for at least 5 months to experience the most incredible results and to ensure your vision stays sharp. So to make sure you experience the greatest results possible, I'm going to provide a special one-time opportunity to get 6 bottles of Retina Clear at the lowest price ever offered. With our buy more, save more deal that provides the greatest results while saving the most money. Just $49 a bottle, our most popular option. Significantly less than today's already special low pricing, saving you $1,200 off the retail price. Just $1 per day and much less than a cup of coffee. Just another reason why our inventory is flying off the shelves and why you must act fast right now. So click on the 6-bottle package or whatever package is best for you right now to secure your order. You'll also get free shipping today on the 3 and 6-bottle packages, which is a $19.99 value right there. Yet I can only guarantee the special pricing today or until our limited inventory runs out. After that, I have no choice but to raise the price. Not only is it extremely difficult sourcing and securing key ingredients, 2 of our suppliers have already raised their prices substantially on our next order. Even more of a reason to take advantage of our most popular 6-bottle package. And since so many people choose the 6-bottle package and even end up reordering for friends and family, we consistently sell out of Retina Clear faster than we can make it. So if you still see these packages below, I highly recommend taking advantage while you still can. Also, I need to be clear about a few things. You'll never be able to buy Retina Clear cheaper than today, and Retina Clear is not available for purchase at any other website or store, not on Amazon, eBay, GNC, or Walgreens. We can only offer today's incredible pricing because we cut out the middleman and secured lower pricing with industry-leading manufacturers. That way, we can ship directly to you right away. Like I said, our suppliers already raised the price on our next order. Having said that, I want you to know this is a one-time payment. There are no hidden fees, unwanted charges, or ongoing subscriptions. I hate that stuff as much as you do. So if Retina Clear is still in stock, you'll see 3 money-saving options below this video. Select Add to Cart on the 6-bottle package or whatever package is best for you, and proceed to our 256-bit encrypted secure order page. Then fill out your order information and confirm your order on our 100% safe and secure order form. We'll even throw free shipping on the 3 and 6-bottle packages when you order today and rush your order directly to your door. I hate to say this, but the clock is ticking. You're here, which means your personal bottles are reserved. But if you close this page, they go to someone else. Don't waste a second more when the solution is right at your fingertips. Claim your discount and choose your package below right now. Remember, this special one-time new customer offer is only available while this video window is open or until supplies run out. And even though we have thousands of 5-star reviews, if you're still skeptical, I understand. After all, the $147 billion eye care industry has lied to you for decades, tricked you into shelling out for trips to the eye doctor, new glasses and contacts, repeat treatments, and even expensive eye surgeries. They prayed you'd never learn the truth about Dr. Sidney Bush's breakthrough in this quick, easy, 100% natural way to get 20/20 vision. Listen, Retina Clear saved my eyes. It did the same for dozens of my friends at church. And in the 9 months since, 62,436 men and women all over America have experienced the same results too. That's why we're so confident that Retina Clear will work for you. I know without any doubt you're about to experience profound, life-changing results too. We won't let you down. However, I'm going to do more than just promise you that. That's why I 100% guarantee that if trying Retina Clear isn't the best decision you've ever made, or if you change your mind for any reason whatsoever, just let us know anytime in the next 60 days and you'll get a prompt and courteous refund right away. Our amazing customer care team is extremely easy to get a hold of by phone or email to support you with anything you need. I really want you to have ample time to experience the incredible results for yourself. That's why I'm offering a full 60 days with a 100% money-back guarantee, no questions asked. So now there's simply no risk for you to say yes to Retina Clear today. It's time to select your money-saving package below to reclaim your vision 100% risk-free today. We've put together a very generous discount on our 6-bottle option. We'll even waive the shipping fees if you act fast. Oh, and on top of all this, when you order Retina Clear today, you also get 2 powerful and important bonuses. Bonus number 1. The Truth About Vision, normal retail value of $39. This is the book that made me the eye care industry's #1 enemy. It's loaded with powerful tips and natural protocols you can use at home, like the special tea bag trick that quickly amplifies the power of the ingredients in Retina Clear. And this is just one of the amazing secrets you get inside The Truth About Vision. And bonus number 2 is exclusive access to our Retina Clear VIP area, normally $97. This access is yours today, completely free. There's no subscription, just an amazing private community created for people like you, where you get all kinds of additional tips, tricks, videos, and guides for not just perfect vision, but for slowing all aging to a crawl and making your body healthy and strong into your 60s, 70s, and beyond. This bonus is only available while we still have space left, so get it while you can. The time to take action is now. Trust me. The way you see with Retina Clear will bring tears to your eyes. Perhaps like me and so many, your eyes have been so bad for so long, you don't even remember what it's like to see with crystal clear vision. That's no way to live. And that's why I want you to prepare to be amazed, just like me and so many others.
Things were getting worse and fast. Thank goodness my neighbor told me about Retina Clear. I didn't hesitate. I took it religiously, every day. This is my life we're talking about. My vision is now improved. I'm walking around the house without glasses, with no squinting and no problem.
I could barely see 6 months ago. Then I found Retina Clear. I can finally care for myself again. As time went by, things improved and improved until I can proudly say I now have almost 20/20 vision. It's true. It's a miracle. I went from practically blind to not needing glasses at all.
I was always losing my glasses or breaking them. Hated how I looked in them. After taking Retinaclear for a short time, I was finally able to go to the grocery store without them. I can't thank you enough. I told all my friends and family. If you're asking, how do I get started? Well, remember, both the free shipping and free bonuses are only available to you here on this website today, and only on the 3 or 6 bottle options. So all that's left for you is to scroll down below this video and simply click whatever option makes the most sense to you. So click below right now to place your order. Our time together is just about done. And please, remember this. Today, you finally found the truth. Dr. Sidney Bush made this breakthrough nearly 40 years ago. They censored him because they knew what he discovered would destroy their profits. They brainwashed us all into believing that improving our eyesight isn't possible. Billions of dollars depend on that lie. You now know the truth. But knowing the truth is different than acting on it. You already know what's ahead of you if you don't. It's the same as what's behind you. Your eyes will only get worse as your blood vessels get more and more clogged. You'll continue to struggle, squint and strain, willing your eyes to work each day. Life will get harder and harder until the day comes when it doesn't matter how much you squint or strain, how strong your glasses are, or how many needles your doctor rams into your eyes, and your world becomes a permanent, indecipherable blur, leaving you helpless, bored, afraid, alone, and unable to even feed yourself without constant help. I pray to the Lord this doesn't happen to you, and I know it's not what you want for yourself, but the power to make sure that doesn't happen is now solely in your hands. You must make this choice. I can't do it for you. Fortunately, it's as simple as taking an easy-to-swallow capsule with some water. It's backed by millions of dollars and countless hours of research. And 62,436 men and women just like you have already proved it's the right choice. Act now and your vision will snap back, sharper than it's been in years. And you'll finally be free of the nightmare you thought you'd live with for life. This is the answer you've been searching for. And as someone who has dedicated my life to helping others, I truly hope you choose to experience it right now while you still can. Now is the time to select the 6-bottle package or any other package that makes sense for you and take advantage of the free shipping, the free bonuses, and today's 100% risk-free opportunity to improve your vision and live your life as it was meant to be lived. Thank you for listening. Frequently asked questions. Number 1, what makes Retinaclear so effective for restoring vision? Retinaclear works by addressing the root cause of declining eyesight, the clogged and collapsing blood vessels in your eyes known as ocular clog. Over time, ocular clog restricts blood flow and deprives your eyes of the oxygen and nutrients they need to function properly. This leads to cell damage and vision loss. Retinaclear's breakthrough formula uses a unique combination of 7 scientifically proven natural ingredients designed to unclog and dilate blood vessels in the eyes to restore proper blood flow and nutrient delivery. Deliver a hero dose of essential nutrients to repair and rejuvenate damaged eye cells. Fortify and strengthen the blood vessels to ensure long-term vision health and prevent further blockages. By improving ocular blood flow and restoring health to your eyes at the cellular level, Retinaclear gives you crystal clear 20/20 vision no matter your age or how bad your vision is. Number 2, what else can you tell me about Retinaclear? Retinaclear is manufactured right here in the United States in an FDA-registered facility following strict good manufacturing practices, GMP. Each batch is tested by an independent, third-party laboratory to ensure the highest quality and purity. Retinaclear contains absolutely no fillers, preservatives, or artificial ingredients. Just 7 potent natural compounds that have been scientifically shown to restore and support healthy vision. This is an incredibly pure yet highly effective breakthrough in vision restoration. Number 3, how long will Retinaclear be available to the public? It's hard to say. The eye care industry views Retinaclear as a major threat to their profits, and there are powerful people working to suppress this breakthrough. It happened to Dr. Bush 37 years ago, and I can't guarantee it won't happen again today. On top of that, Retinaclear's formula uses rare, high-quality ingredients that take up to 3 months to source and manufacture. For these reasons, I cannot guarantee how long this website will remain online or how long we'll have bottles in stock. So if you're ready to experience the benefits of Retina Clear, it's critical that you take action today and secure your supply. Number 4, how does the guarantee work again? When you order Retina Clear today, you're covered by a full 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. If for any reason you're not completely satisfied with your results over the next 6 months, simply call or email our customer service team. We'll refund your entire investment quickly and with no questions asked. This means there's absolutely no risk for you to try Retina Clear today. Number 5, okay, I'm ready to order Retina Clear. What now? It's easy. Click the button beneath this video to select the package that's best for you. Our 6-bottle package is the most popular option because of the significant savings it offers, but no matter which package you choose, we'll begin processing your order immediately. Once your bottles arrive in just a few short days, start taking 1 capsule in the morning and 1 in the evening. Within days, you'll begin to notice subtle improvements. And before long, you'll see the life-changing results that Retina Clear can deliver. And remember, your order is completely risk-free thanks to our 60-day money-back guarantee. So go ahead and place your order now and get ready to enjoy perfect vision.